Hello, and welcome to my channel, where I mostly share my love of fragrance and enjoying my collection. In this video, I will be reviewing the new Bombshell Sundrenched perfume collection from Victoria's Secret, including the perfume, lotion, and fragrance mist. Thank you so much for stopping by, and let's get started. So Victoria's Secret usually releases a new flanker of Bombshell every summer, and they just released the 2022 version, which is called Bombshell Sundrenched. This is a limited edition fragrance and comes in a perfume, both 1.7 and 3.4 ounces, a lotion, a fragrance mist, and a roller ball. I was excited when I saw that this was released because for the last few summers, VS has actually released the same perfume, just with different names. And I'll talk a little bit about that at the end when I do a comparison of those additions to this current scent. So I'm really excited to see that this is a brand new scent. So I picked up a few different pieces from the collection, including the perfume, the 3.4 ounce, the body lotion, and the fragrance mist. They actually had a special going where if you purchased all three, you would also get this woven pouch that you see in the background, and you'd get all of the pieces at a slight discount. So I went ahead and just got the bundle. So starting with the perfume, it comes in the packaging displayed here, kind of a nice standard Bombshell box with some nice, pretty kind of like a sunset design on it. And then the bottle itself is very reminiscent of the previous summer editions of Bombshell, which are typically, kind of orange bottles with sort of a gradient or nice ombre on them. And this year's edition is very similar. It's kind of a pinkish orange color. Has a nice striped bombshell design on it and a slight ombre to the bottle. So overall, I think the packaging is pretty. I think the only thing different about this edition is the metal plate on the front with the name of the perfume, which is a little bit different than the previous bottles. And moving on to the actual scent, so Bombshell Sundrenched has notes of sunset coral peony, guava blossom, and warm sands. And the description says, "Let the sun shine in. This limited edition Bombshell opens with a fresh splash of coconut water. At the heart is our signature sunset coral peony, one of the first peonies to bloom in early summer. This delicate floralcy blends with the bright tropical juiciness of guava blossom. The beach vibe comes from our exclusive warm sands accord, which feels like salty sea spray and sun-kissed skin. Glowing and golden, it's glam vacation in a bottle." So right off the bat, I was really pleased to see that this has different notes from the previous summer editions. So the notes of peony, guava blossom, and warm sands. And I would say that this is definitely a very beachy scent, very much in line with the name of Sundrenched. It opens with a sharp fruity note, which I recognize as guava if you're familiar with that scent, and it's very tropical and has a nice sweetness to it as well. And it's not listed in the notes, but I feel like coconut is present here. It feels very creamy, sweet, not like a fresh raw coconut, but like kind of a, creamy, milky one. And it's very overall fruity and fresh in the first few stages of the fragrance. But I definitely start to then pick up the soft floral as well. And I feel like the sand note is giving the fragrance kind of a salty warmth as well as some muskiness. It really is a nice fruity floral scent with some sweetness and warmth. And it's not a, sugary vanilla type of sweetness. It's a sweet, kind of subtle fruity sweetness like from the guava and what I think is coconut. And to me, this had decent performance. For Victoria's Secret scents, I'm not expecting it, to have like 8+ hours of wear. I tested this and I definitely got a good 3 to 4 hours where I could still, reasonably smell the scent. But that's the point where I would probably top up. And here's what all of the pieces in the collection that I have look like together. So the packaging, carries through to the lotion as well as the fragrance mist. Very similar to, the previous summer year edition bottles as well. But I like that the lotion has, the nice gradient on the bottle. And then the fragrance mist just has a little bit of that gradient, but mostly a clearer bottle. So the pieces do tie together really well. And now I'll go ahead and go into detail about those other pieces. So the body lotion to me seems very similar to the body lotions that are typical for VS's perfume line. It's not super thick like a body cream, but it's not, I feel, as runny necessarily as some of the lotions on just their general body care line. So I do like the consistency. It's not overly moisturizing, but I think it's decent. And in comparison with the perfume, I actually think the body lotion is more fruity. I think that the guava is more pronounced in the lotion and you get less of, the floral. So I think that these would pair really well together if you wanted to layer and just get a stronger fruitiness to your scent. And as far as the fragrance mist, I think that VS does a pretty good job for their perfume line of making the fragrance mist smell pretty much exactly like the perfume. And I do feel like that is the case here. They smell very similar to me. I'm not sensing much of a difference. I just think that, obviously with the fragrance mist, it's not going to last as long or have as much projection as the perfume. So it's just a little bit less strong. But I do think that if you don't want to, shell out for the full perfume, the fragrance mist is a nice option. So now I'll show you some of the previous summer editions of Bombshell that VS has released. The first one I have is Bombshell Summer, which was released in 2017. And this has notes of grapefruit, blackcurrant, and lily of the valley. And I actually believe that they carried this scent through to 2018 as well, with the exact same bottle. And I do really enjoy this scent. I think it's nice and fresh and fruity. You get a nice kick of citrus from the grapefruit, as well as a nice, kind of deeper fruity berry note from the blackcurrant. And then there's the nice kind of white floral tying it all together. But I do think that this is more of a floral scent than Bombshell Sundrenched. And I actually find that I prefer Bombshell Sundrenched. So I'm really glad that they came out with a new scent for a new summer edition of Bombshell. Then next up was Bombshell Paradise, which was released in 2019. And this has notes of sparkling grapefruit, lily of the valley, and blackcurrant, which of course are the same fragrance notes as Bombshell Summer, so it's pretty much essentially the same scent. If anything, I don't know if it's because I have a newer bottle of this scent, it feels maybe like the citrus is a little stronger, but otherwise, they smell like exactly the same scent. So I'm not sure why VS decided to rename the scent to Paradise, but to me, they are the same. Then in 2020, VS released Bombshell Paradise again, but in different packaging. So instead of the stripe bottle, it had this lighter ombre bottle. And this also had notes of grapefruit, blackcurrant, and lily of the valley. So pretty much the exact same notes as the previous Bombshell Paradise release. And to me, they do smell the same. And finally, last year, VS released Bombshell Beach, which also has notes of sparkling grapefruit, lily of the valley, and blackcurrant. So essentially the same fragrance notes again. And I'm not really sensing much of a difference. Maybe they're mixing up slightly, the combination of the citrus versus the floral, but it essentially smells like the same fragrance. I do think that the bottle was really pretty, so I still wanted to pick it up. And, for a lot of these, I wasn't really sure, exactly if the scent was going to be the same, so I wanted to try them. And once I did, and found that they were the same. I am a VS collector and I do enjoy the scent, so I still wanted to keep them in my collection. That's it for my review of the new Bombshell Sundrenched from Victoria's Secret. I do really enjoy this scent. I'm so happy that they came out with a different fragrance for summer. And, while I do like the previous summer editions, I am loving the scent a little bit more. I love, that it has that little added beachiness from the sand note, as well as, the beautiful, fresh, sweet guava. So I'm really enjoying this and I would definitely recommend trying it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you'll subscribe and I will see you in my next video.